Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
We're gonna
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Ron, we know you was at them Diddy parties, nigga. We know you was there. We know you was at them Diddy parties.
The video opens with static and distortion. It's cutting into a low-resolution image of Kobe Bryant in a quiet room, eyes focused, voice calm. A narrator cuts in, firm and deliberate. What if I told you Kobe Bryant's final audio just leaked in? It wasn't a farewell. ... It was a warning. Screen glitches again. And what if that audio names LeBron, James, Diddy, the Boule? The visuals cut to a blurred screenshot of a now viral YouTube video. The narrator continues. In this video, Kobe calls out powerful names in elite circles. He hints at secret parties, whispered threats, and a system he didn't want to be. A part of the Frame Titans. NBA executives are being accused of scrubbing the internet, removing old LeBron and Diddy footage before lawsuits hit. The timing, suspicious, the silence, deafening, the truth. We dug deep to find out. Asterisk, the narrator walks viewers back, according to the viral audio. Kobe was speaking just weeks before the crash in 2020. In it, he says he avoided industry, parties other athletes lived for, that he was lucky not to be invited. Clip plays, I wasn't invited to parties. That was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. The screen fades into metadata text, recorded January 2020. The narrator continues. This wasn't an NBA press interview. It wasn't a podcast. It was allegedly recorded during a private meeting with an independent journalist, now anonymous. Pausing, the narration adds, within 48 hours of the video hitting YouTube. Fans notice something strange. Dozens of old clips showing LeBron and Diddy partying were quietly disappearing. Not flagged, not commented on, just gone. The screen fills with snippets of LeBron hugging Diddy, champagne flowing, A-listers laughing in soft focus. Let's be clear, the narrator says, celebs party. But these weren't just any parties. These were rumored to be the ones that ended careers or bought silence. A clip of LeBron joking on camera, ain't no party like a Diddy party. The music fades, then cut to black. But what happens when those parties stop being jokes and become courtroom evidence? The narration highlights a recent lawsuit filed by Joseph Manzaro, where LeBron is alleged to have witnessed the aftermath of a disturbing night at one of Diddy's events. While LeBron's spokesperson denies he was ever there, fans noticed one thing missing. He never actually proved it. The video shifts to a series of interview clips with Kobe from his Granity Studios era. He's talking about legacy, independence, avoiding the spotlight. While LeBron was partnering with HBO and launching shows with Diddy and Jay-Z. The narrator says Kobe was pulling away. No NBA branding, no endorsement bloat, just stories. The footage cuts to Kobe defining Granity greater, then infinity. The narrator continues. He wasn't trying to go higher, he was trying to go deeper, build something that would outlive him, something clean. Then we hear Kobe again. Do I have friends? No, I have no friends. Pause. Fade to black. The narrator leans in. So why does it matter? Why would anyone want this audio buried? Then footage of the crash report plays. There is no evidence of engine failure, the reporter says. The rotors were spinning. The narrator returns. We're not here to promote conspiracy theories, but facts matter. Kobe was cutting ties with brands, with people, with patterns, and then he was gone. On-screen graphic, January 26, 2020. The audio plays again his voice, distant but firm. I wasn't invited. That was the best thing that ever happened to me. We cut to social media screen grabs, deleted tweets, removed videos. Even the most devoted LeBron fans noticed something changed. Clips gone, posts locked, footage vanishing without notice. The narrator adds, this isn't proof of guilt, but it is the behavior of panic. Then Jaguar Wright appears on screen. Your daddy is Illuminati, she says of LeBron. I pray Bronny don't come out saying he woke up at Diddy's house. The camera lingers. Accusation? Yes. Evidence? No, but they're being watched. Harder than ever before. Boule, Sigma Pi Phi, a real organization founded in 1904, known by some as the Black Illuminati. A series of scholarly headlines roll by. Not a myth, not a YouTube fantasy. But not innocent either. The narrator breaks it down. They don't recruit for skills. They recruit for control, influence, optics, players, artists, politicians. We hear from a 2018 police interview with Jonathan Oddie. Diddy's part of the Boule. It's a branch of the Illuminati. Then we see screenshots of Diddy's lawyers, some of them with ties to Hillary Clinton, Bad Boy Records, and media contracts. This isn't a conspiracy, the narrator says. It's a network. So why LeBron? Why now? Dramatic pause. LeBron entered the league with a $90 million Nike deal before his first NBA game. He was crowned King James before he earned it. Kobe earned his scars. LeBron was handed his throne. A split screen shows Kobe training at 4 a.m., then LeBron shaking hands on red carpets. Different journeys, different codes, different consequences. Then a final question from the narrator. Was Kobe trying to warn us, or trying to leave behind something he knew they'd erase? The screen fades to Kobe's logo. His voice plays once more. The most important thing you can do is pass everything forward. The narrator closes. Right now we have no proof the leaked audio is authentic. But the footage disappearing, the lawsuits, the timing. That's not a coincidence. That's a cover-up in real time. The music swells. And the question now isn't just what Kobe said. It's what he saw who didn't want it heard. The final screen shows one sentence. You weren't supposed to hear this. The screen opens to dimmed footage of LeBron entering Diddy's 49th birthday party in Los Angeles. The date flashes on screen, November 3rd, 2018. That night, the Lakers had been crushed by the Toronto Raptors. Yet here was their star player, dressed in designer black, smiling for cameras. He should have been in the locker room, the narrator says, but instead, LeBron was toasting champagne with one of the most controversial men in hip-hop. Cut to paparazzi footage. LeBron, how you doing tonight, man? You wish Diddy a happy birthday? There's no response. It's just a nod. A forced smile. Then he disappears into the velvet curtain. The narrator returns. At the time, no one questioned it, but looking back, that wasn't just a birthday party. It was part of a pattern. Quiet alignments, carefully crafted optics. The screen transitions to a fan-filmed moment courtside, where LeBron is being heckled. We know you was at them. Diddy parties? The fan yells. LeBron turns, his face tightening, his mouth muttering something off mic. The heckle was brushed off, the narrator explains, but the energy shifted. Because suddenly, those jokes didn't feel like jokes anymore. Next, a headline flashes. Jaguar Wright accuses LeBron of protecting Diddy. In the video clip, Jaguar stares straight into the camera. I pray Bronny doesn't end up waking up at Diddy's house not knowing what happened. The narrator cuts in. These are not things you say lightly, but she said them anyway. And LeBron, silent. No legal threat, no public denial. Then, the camera zooms in on legal documents. A new name appears. Joseph Manzaro. The narrator reads, a man files suit against Diddy saying he was drugged, assaulted, and seen by LeBron at the scene. He claims LeBron told someone. Y'all better do something about that. A blurred reenactment visual follows. A hallway. A towel-wrapped man stumbles. A tall figure resembling LeBron glances and walks away. We don't know if this reenactment is accurate, the narrator says carefully, but it matches the description. And no one, least of all LeBron, has said otherwise. Then the screen darkens again. Monzero was allegedly dragged through an underground tunnel to Diddy's mansion. What he describes next? The narrator pauses. We can't show. On screen, we can't describe without crossing a line. But what matters is this. He says someone in the room told him, this is what happens to snitches. Court text appears again. Plaintiff was subjected to degrading and non-consensual acts. The narrator continues. This isn't just about rumors anymore. This is about legal filings. Eyewitness names. It's a growing paper trail. It's a brief flash of Diddy, then LeBron. Then Kobe's voice echoes faintly again. There's a certain limit. I don't let just anybody into my family circle. The narrator comes back, and now we understand why. Black screen. Silence. Then a single sentence fades in. He tried to warn us. Did we listen? The screen opens slowly on an aerial shot of Star Island in Miami, a luxurious neighborhood where some of the darkest parts of the lawsuit allegedly unfold. The music is haunting, subtle, pulsing like a distant heartbeat. The narrator's voice returns, low and steady. Star Island, home to the elite, a playground for the powerful. But on April 2015, it allegedly became the setting for one of the most disturbing chapters in this story. The camera glides over mansion rooftops, pausing on one marked with a red dot. Text appears, formerly owned by Gloria Estefan and Emilio Estefan. The narrator continues. This is where Joseph Monzero claims he woke up disoriented, drugged, and stripped of his memory. He wasn't a celebrity. He wasn't rich. He was an outsider who says he got pulled into something he didn't understand and couldn't escape. Courtroom sketches animate over the footage. The narrator reads from the official lawsuit. A locking device was affixed to the plaintiff's mouth. He was told, this is what happens to snitches. The camera zooms slowly on the name, LeBron James, according to Monzero. LeBron saw him that night. He says LeBron told someone nearby to do something about that. And shortly after, he was taken through a tunnel underground to Diddy's main residence. The screen darkens. The music drops into silence. The narrator returns. LeBron's legal team called it demonstrably false. They said he was with the Cleveland Cavaliers during that month. But they didn't deny he attended Diddy's party. And they never addressed whether he was in Miami on that specific date. Footage. Cuts to fans online reviewing LeBron's game logs from April 2015. The narrator explains he had games, but not every day. And commercial flights don't take long between Cleveland and Miami, especially not when you fly private. A subtle graphic animates on screen LeBron's April 2015, scheduled with open days and flight times marked in red. The window of possibility is real. Which is why the denial didn't silence the story, it only fueled it. The screen blurs into a montage of photos showing LeBron with Diddy over the year's award shows, parties, VIP lounges. Because this isn't a one-off friendship, the narrator explains. This is a long public alliance between two of the most protected men in the entertainment industry. Then the narration pivots. What do LeBron and Diddy have in common besides fame? The answer is control, gatekeeping, and connections that go beyond basketball and music. A clip of LeBron's first Nike press conference plays. He's 18, wearing a suit, signing a $90 million deal. Before he played one NBA game, the narrator says he was crowned the face of a billion-dollar machine. But how did he get? They're so fast. A hard cut transitions to Diddy's own risk contracts, Revolt TV, music networks. The narrator speaks plainly. Same platforms, same handlers, same sponsors. A faint watermark in the background reads Comcast, HBO, Nike. Live Nation. Then the narration delivers the point. These aren't just celebrities. These are symbols, carefully built, carefully managed. And when people like Kobe stepped away from that system, they became threats. The screen shows Kobe's face again, serene in an old interview. It's about the next generation, he says. Pass it forward. The narrator pauses. He wasn't just talking about basketball. The screen fades out. Only one line remains. The truth never stays buried forever. A slow-motion video plays of Kobe walking alone through a quiet gym. No fans, no entourage. It's just the sound of his shoes on the hardwood. The narrator's voice returns, hushed but unwavering. Kobe Bryant wasn't perfect, but he was deliberate. He chose solitude. He chose silence. And near the end, he chose separation. The camera pans to an empty press podium with a folded Lakers jersey laid across the table. He distanced himself from the machine, from the noise, from the circle. Then the screen flashes images of Diddy, Jay-Z, LeBron, and a string of other high-powered black celebrities, all appearing in crossover events, fundraisers, award shows, corporate collaborations. The narrator cuts through. What do they all have in common? Access not just to money, but to narratives, to invisibility. While they built empires in plain sight, Kobe was doing something else, building in the shadows, building something clean. A montage rolls of Granity Studios, storyboards, animation reels, kids walking into a classroom, Kobe holding a book. While LeBron was partnering with HBO and Diddy was pushing Revolt, Kobe was building Granity's studio he owned outright. No big corporate sponsors. No handshakes with Comcast. Just storytelling, mentorship, legacy. The narrator continues, voice tightening. And when you step off the path like that, when you say no to the parties, no to the network, no to the club, you become unpredictable. You become dangerous. You become expendable. The screen transitions to the crash. News footage. The helicopter disappearing into fog. Investigators on the scene, no signs of engine failure. No signs of rotor malfunction, says the news anchor. Weather conditions being reviewed. The narrator's voice drops. We're not here to make wild accusations. It's impossible to ignore the timing, the audio leak, the footage being buried, the silence from the NBA, the silence from LeBron, the cleanup campaign that began almost overnight. Then the screen splits on one side. Kobe in an interview saying, I don't have friends. My friends are in Italy. On the other, a grinning LeBron holding up a glass of wine beside Diddy. The narrator doesn't comment. The images speak louder. A fan-made clip suddenly cuts in. A TikTok theory stringing together timelines, connecting lawsuits and overlapping appearances. The narrator responds, millions are noticing the patterns. That's not paranoia. That's awareness. And no matter how much footage they delete, the questions won't go away. Then another voice enters Kobe's again, almost whispering. The most important thing is to pass it on. Black screen, white text. He wasn't trying to be remembered, was trying to leave a message. The narrator returns, slower now. The message wasn't loud. It wasn't a tweet, it wasn't a press conference. It was a quiet warning. Caught on tape, hidden for years. Now, suddenly it's here. A moment of silence. Then the final question appears. So why are they so desperate to make it disappear?